Hello everybody, this is Sumadhu Shakya. In this lecture recording video, I will be showing you how to quickly start with ArcMap for the purpose of operations management, supply chain, logistics, procurement, marketing, and so on. ArcMap is a very comprehensive software used by Department of Geography, Marine Sciences, Natural Sciences, meteorological type of people. Now this is when you click on ArcMap version 10.5 ARCMAP. This is how it looks like. Now in this case, this is the previous map that it is referring to. I'm going to hit cancel. In your case, it could be a blank map or a new map. This is what it looks like. Now first thing I'm going to do is go to file, save as, and while it is waiting, let me create the folders where I want to keep this. Now preferably where you have the access for read and write and drive. Now in this case, this is an external hard drive. Let me go back and click it again. Yeah, so where is it? Here. Yeah, now let's say this is my hard drive, external hard drive. I'm going to create a new folder saying ArcMap Basics. Within this folder, I'm going to create a new subfolder, inputs, outputs, spreadsheets, maps, workspace, and I'm also going to create downloaded. Okay, now most of these names are self-explanatory, but I mean you will get to see it as in when I use them. It'll make more sense, yeah. And this one also. Now one thing you have to remember is that ArcGIS does not like spaces in the names, so either it's replaced by underscore, and also it is a good idea not to start with numbers. At some places it allows, at some other places it does not, so never create a name that starts with a number. Now this is where I'm going to save my map document, such that this is the topmost place within this folder, ArcMap Basics, that I can move. And just to create, not to create any confusion, let me get one more level up, and this is where I'm going to keep all this folder for the purpose of demo. Okay, now in the meantime, let's go back here. So this is where it is. Now instead of clicking to the right path before my finger becomes the size of cucumber, I'm going to go directly to the file folder, copy the path, go back here, Alt Tab, Control V, and then it shows me, hit enter, and it shows me the file directly there. Yeah, it takes me to the right place. Now here I'm going to say basic hygiene. Yeah, now don't worry about the spelling. Okay, now the moment I save, I'm also going to change its properties such that it stores the relative path name, not the absolute path name. So then it's easier for me to move the whole folder around and still be able to double click and open, such that the map document will maintain all the location of all the files that I will put in here in the table of contents. Yeah, now basic introduction for the document. Where's my pen here? So the things of interest. Why is my marker not working? Okay, hold on. Okay, the things of interest. Oh, come on. Okay, never mind. I'll deal with this later. Yeah, so I showed you how to go back to this map document properties, make sure that this is checked, then you go to geoprocessing and fix all the environments. Yeah, this is what determines how the process happens in the background. So first thing is workspace. I want to change this from this to the workspace folder for this one, yeah, such that I am not dependent on the type of machine that I'm working on. Yeah, so either I can control C, control V there, or I'll also show you how to do little decently by clicking this folder and go to the appropriate location, find it. Now again, instead of clicking, I just control V, hit enter. Then output coordinates I will specify here. As of now, it has historical locations. But I'm going to give it the exact projection system that it should use all the time. But I'll skip it for a moment and come back to this. Yeah. Now at this point we've only changed the workspace. Yeah. So hit OK, and then go back to this, and what is this? Okay, never mind. So if I was to Google for census tiger shapefile, it'll take me to this web page that looks something like this. And then go down, go to web interface 2016. I'm going to go to all lines file and click submit. Okay, or let me go back. Okay, let me go to this counties and equivalent and hit submit. Download national file. Now it should start the download. That looks it should be a zip file. Yeah, so while it is getting downloaded, I'm going to show you how to see it from the ArcMap document. So if you click here on catalog, if this window is not visible, you can click here. Yeah, click if you hover your mouse over on catalog, this window will show up. One possibility is that this is hidden like this. So the moment you click on this tab and then this tiny paper pen symbol, you click on that, then it will not get be in the status of auto hiding. Now in this case my connection is already existing, so I'm going to show you how to create the connection. Hit this button for creating the connection, then wherever your folder is, you select, oops, not the document, I want to see downloads. Now download folder is helpful if you want to temporarily see it. Otherwise I will bring all my files in the downloaded folder. Now you see this home button. Anytime I'm anywhere in my computer, if I click on home button, it'll take me to this place where I save my map document. The location of map document becomes the home location. Yeah, this home symbol. So let's go back to the downloads folder. Now this is fully downloaded, so I'm going to hit Control X, go back to my folder here, Control V, and why don't let me bring this here to here, so then they're both visible at the same time. Now okay, I should not need this now. Now this is, currently this is in workspace. I need to move this to the downloaded. Yeah. Okay, now let's come back here. So within the download folder, currently I don't see anything. Yeah, because the file is not available for ArcGIS to use. So first thing I have to do is unzip it, extract all. And this is how it looks like. Hit extract. Now you have the folder. Yeah. Now let's go back to the ArcMap document. It's still not visible, so let me refresh this, hit the positive sign, and then you will see one ArcGIS file. Now if you go back here in the folder, you will see a group of files of 6 or 7. Yeah, but through ArcMap, this is a single file. Now, first thing I'm going to do is either drag and drop it here in the main window or here, and then use the zoom button to zoom in left, hold on to the left click, create the box, and then immediately go to bookmarks, create bookmarks, and say mainland USA. This is helpful. For example, if I was to drag and create a box here, now I don't see my file, so it'll take me a while to use this hand button and drag this thing instead and then zoom out. So instead I can quickly go back to my original location where I created this. Now at this point, because I have the file, so this is Alaska and main reason Hawaii and all that. So this, I want to tell the software that this is the boundary within which it should be doing the processing in future, any type of analytical processes that I would ask the software to do it for me. So and then right click on the file, go to properties. At this point I can change the nickname USA counties. Now if you see, this is the nickname, that I changed. Double click, it'll show up as the new nickname. However, the file name has stayed the same, so it does not change the original name of the file. See, in the folder it's still the same. However, let's explore some of the other tabs on the properties. Source gives me the location of the path, the exact path. Come on, this alarm. And then it also gives me this projection system. Currently this is the primary geographic coordinate system. We want to give it projected coordinate system before we can do any type of processing. Go to selection, display, symbology. We'll use this once we are done with the projection. Fields, these are the fields of the data, or columns or names or headings of the data that is behind this query. We're going to use it, what type of data to be shown. Label is what should be showed on the map, and that's about it. So first thing we have to do is double click again, or right click and choose property, either one. Oops, what was I going to do? No, double click on the layers, go to coordinate system, select instead of geographic, I want to choose projected coordinate system. Within continental, I'm going to choose North America, and for our purpose, I would use always USA contiguous Albert's equal area conic, and then hit apply. Now you will notice a change in the structure or the way this is layer is being projected. Hit apply. Now this projection is more what resembles to the shape of the actual Earth surface at this scale. Okay, now this is still currently temporary, so I'm going to hit right click, data, export, using the data frame. Data frame is the layers. The layer source data is the original primary geographical coordinate system that this USA county, or this TL 2016 US county.shp was downloaded with. And then choose this. So instead of default, I want to go back to where my input folder is, because this would be my primary input. So you see that there. Now at this point, I'm going to use Control C for the path, and then Control V here. Now I'm in input. I'm going to give it the name that closely resembles this. TL underscore 2016 underscore 2016 underscore US underscore county. Now you can name it anything that you want, as long as you can make sense out of it later on as shapefile. Hit save, hit OK. So once it is done, then yes, I want it to be added to the table of contents. Now I can uncheck this one and go back to right click, properties, and then go to general. At this time I have named the shape file like this, but I want this to be all counties, so this would be the nickname for the file. If you click on source, now I see the projected coordinate system in the properties. Now I can trust this file as a good file that I can work on. It also gives me the location of the file. Selection, display, symbology. Here's where I can change the type of symbology. I would go for hollow, increase the width to 0.1, black color is fine, hit OK. And then the fields, for now I want to see all the fields, I'll leave it as is. Definition query, I don't want to make any changes. Labels, I can check the labels and say show me the labels with the field. These are all the fields that are available for me to be named on the file. As of now, I'm going to hit apply and zoom in to the level of mainland. See, so at this point it will be a little too crowded. Yeah, see, it's a little crowded, so I'm going to go back there and double click and uncheck the label feature. Now I will remove the unprojected layer. Yeah, so if you see here, now this is the file that is being shown. If you go back to the original file, it's still there. It's in unprojected format, and I keep it in downloaded folder. In input folder, I keep all the projected files that I will be using as my inputs to find out some new output files. Okay, at this point I can specify the rest of the environments, wherein workspace is still within that for main folder. Workspace, output coordinates, now I can specify as well, too many here. Come on, not a good way. I will show you again later on. Okay, processing extent, I can say same as the layer all counties. Yeah, this is the processing extent. It pre-fills all the other, and I'm doing this only once I'm satisfied with this layer. Yeah, I've already made this layer the way I want it. Everything else looks okay. Coverage and all that is fine. The only thing left is the coordinate. Oh, there it is. Output coordinate system, same as the layer all counties. So in future this would be helpful for me. Okay, and then hit save again. Now we are ready to use this base map as ready to do any type of analysis moving forward in future. Now theoretically it would be nice if I can also get the shape files for the states. Let me go back here and this time use the FTP website and see if it's working. I want to download all the states. Hold on to control and left click on the state. That will open a new tab. Download this. In the meantime, I also want all my primary and secondary roads here. Hold on to control, click left click on this, opens a new tab, and let's see if this is working. In the meantime, see, this is how the download folder looks like. It's currently downloading. I'm going to do Control X here and bring it in the downloaded folder and extract all. Yeah, hit extract, go back to the folder, the ArcMap document, and I need to refresh it so that I can see the state file. Yeah, I drag it on top of the county state file. So this is a transparency on top of the counties file. If I bring it down, then I can see the county file because it's a hollow symbol. See, remember this, we made this hollow. Okay, so because it is hollow, we can see the the state file that is below. Now again, double click properties. Currently this is not projected, only GCS coordinate system. When you download fresh, see this. Now instead we want to make it like our all counties file, wherein the projected coordinate system exists within the properties. Yeah, so now this time in the layers we have already defined what the projection coordinate system is. So when you add it, the county shapefile lies the state shapefile became exactly on top of the county shapefile. Yeah, now this may not always be the case. If you were to close this and open it again, sometime it does not coincide on top of the other. So this time we will use export, and during export I'm going to say that use the coordinate system same as the data frame being the layers. Yeah, this layers. So this is the frame within which we've added 2 layers as of now, and output it where click home. Now this home button works only if you've stored your document properly. Okay, within the inputs, and I'm going to name this as shapefile. Sorry, state file. State. When you click on any existing file, it picks up the name. Yeah, so I clicked and I made the change, then hit save. Make sure this is data frame. Now this is only when you've already applied, you've done your homework prior, otherwise this data frame will not work. Hit yes. Now I'm done with this one, yellow one, and yeah, oops, we already did this, so I don't have to do anything. Now with this one, the new state file projected, so this is now referring to the input folder, and it is showing me the name, the file name, and it has projected coordinate systems. And at this point I can say states. Yeah, now also let's say I'm interested in California, then I'm going to say open attributes. Now this is the data behind that state shapefile, wherein you have the region, division, state, FP, and so on, GeoIDs, and the name of the things. Now in this case there are only 48 or 50, well theoretically 56, yeah, because this is 55, it starts from 0. So now since I'm interested in California, one way is that I can select the row. Yeah, it will highlight. So if I dragged it to another screen, so what happened here? Okay, let me see. It is helpful to create the bookmark. At this time, if you were to right click and extract, it will extract only the state of Texas. Yeah, if you were to choose data, export data. Now you can also instead of choosing it by the row, you can also say selection, clear selected feature, and select by attributes such that I want to know the name of the heading. So let's say the state I want to choose is stored in the heading name of name. So let's say I go here, come on, really, okay, there. So you hover your mouse over, select by attributes, and I go for name, double click, equals to, get the unique values, and I'm going to choose California. Okay, that is also another way instead of choosing the row. Now at this point in time, if you drag in to the side, we already did this, and so it makes a selection. Now since going forward in future I know that I'm going to be using this as a reference multiple times, I'm going to right click and export this. Now at this time, my data is still like this, yeah, so I have still the selection here. Now since the selection is for the state of California, when I export it, it will, instead of exporting everything, it will only export the selected feature. um, and I'm going to say California. Yeah, hit OK. Yes. And once I'm done with this, I'm going to go make sure that I'm selecting the right file. So as of now, this is the only file that is visible. Go to selection, clear selected feature. Now this file is back to its original state. Um, then cross, and this is the California. Now this, we extracted it from the state file that had all the states in the United States. Yeah, see this? Now since California state file is on top of all the other state file, that's why it's visible. If you were to bring it below this, it is hidden here. Yeah, and I'll show you what that means is, let's say for example I make the state file like this. See, so now this state file is hollow such that only boundaries are visible. Underneath that is the California state file. I'm going to call this California state file. Yeah. So that's about it. And from the all counties, similarly, I can also extract the Monterey County file. Okay, so first thing is, let's say I want to create a new bookmark and zoom to the layer. Yeah, now this is where I want to see the name of the state as well. So double click, go to labels, and show me the label for this state. Yeah, okay, California. I want to make it, you'll get this later on, but try to follow. I'm using partially gray, and I'm going to make it a little bigger. California. Okay, save again. Now while this is there, I want to get to the Monterey County as well. So I'm going to double click, and I can also use the definition query, just like I use the select by attributes here, which will hide anything other than Monterey County. But let me go back the original way. Open attribute table after right clicking, then choose select by attributes. I'm going to use the name or GeoID. Now the GeoID is a unique number that is given to every state and counties. Yeah, and then I'm going to choose 06053. That's the code for Monterey County. So 06 is the code for California, and then 053 is the code for the Monterey County. 06, come on, 053. Okay, hit apply. Oh, sorry, so I missed the equal sign. So in between or after the GeoID, I need to put in equals to, hit apply, close, close. Now that Monterey County is visible. At this time I'm going to say data export, use the data frame inputs. Yeah, this is input county Monterey. Hit OK. Yes. Now I'm going to bring all counties here. I don't need to see it. Oh well, let me clear the selection for that. Clear selected features, and make sure I do have the Monterey County. So when you right click, there should be only one row that is that refers to the Monterey County. Now instead of using GeoID equals to 06053, let's say you did not know, then you can also go back to the attribute table and see what type of county you're looking at and choose the name accordingly. So let's say if if this is where this is what you are interested in the names, then say in here name equals to Monterey County, and choose the Monterey County. Yeah, oops, that would also work. Monteri. Yeah, close. And see, that would have also worked. So within all counties, that if you were to right click and do this, follow the same process, it would have worked the same instead of using GeoID. Okay, so now at this point all of these files are visible or available to us for our future use. So I have the state of California and I also have the Monterey County. I also want to see the name of the Monterey County. So labels, where does this come from? All these things come from the data property which were available to right click attribute table. So all of these heading names are available to us as choice as to what do we want to project. Okay, now there would have been nicer if there were multiple screens. So if I was to drag it down here, now you can see how it performs. So double click again. Now this time if you see, label the features. If I choose, let's say, the GeoID, it will show me the GeoID for that file. And I wanted 14, hit apply. See that? But this is not very, let's say, reader friendly. It might be good for technical people, but at this time, so I will choose name because name will show Monterey. If I choose names, name LSAD, it will read Monterey County. So let me, as of now, use Monterey, and I want a little smaller, and I want this little gray. Apply. Okay. Yes. Now when I work at home, I usually work on different screens, so then I can see this table on one screen and be able to see this map as well. Okay, so for now this is all you need as a beginning to begin. Rest we can discuss in the class, so make sure you save and make sure that you have map documents properties, store relative paths, hit OK, close. Now this time I'll show you what the benefit of storing relative path is. So see, this is where my map document was, yeah, basic hygiene. If I was to move this, Control X, and I take this anywhere else, yeah, let's say, oops, if I was to move it here, yeah, ArcMap basics, and I click the document again, it should open without any hitch, yeah. So see, it opened, yeah, with no issues. And my home button is still referring to this place, which is the place where this .mxd file is located, map document file. So it allows us to move all the files with us. So in your case, you'll be moving it around in a flash drive. Keeping it in the cloud is sometimes useful, but it does, some of the cloud files do not allow you to upload every small file or the sub files that are as part here, because it treats it as a virus. For example, .xml file do not always get uploaded in the cloud. Also, I want to give you an example. Let's say if you were to open a spreadsheet and open this dbf file, oops, sorry, skip. Okay, I'm going to show you. So this is my spreadsheet. If I was to drag and drop this county shapefile .dbf, come on. Okay, So it opens up the new one, .dbf file. Now this is not required. Oops, it opened on a different monitor, never mind. So, but this is good enough, okay? Rest everything, I'll show you in the class. But for now, this is good enough. This is what you need to have the basic infrastructure in place to do any type of analysis further.